Thank you. I really have a really deep love and appreciation for plants and trees. And I was wondering if you could speak a little bit about not just learning about them academically, but tapping into them sort of like consciously. Like, how do they relate to us in our physical...
Well, we think the best way to approach this is a bit like we were talking about your cells of your body earlier, because in their absence of resistance, they have direct connection with non-physical energy. And so they have a lot to demonstrate to you. They focus less than humans do. They are less deliberate in intent, in terms of intention that they're picking up along their physical trail. In other words, the majority of the intention that they hold in the cells of that which is them was a trajectory that was in place even before they came into their physicalness. Where humans, you had plenty of that trajectory in place, but as you sift through the contrast with more focus, more mind, you are launching more rockets of desire, so you are more purposeful than they are, which means you run a greater possibility, you might even call it risk, if you're before you really have a handle on all of this, of introducing more resistance into your experience than you really mean to or than you want to. So that's the thing that they have most to offer to you. It's that they don't freak out. They don't worry about things. The atmosphere that has been created around them, their vibrational atmosphere remains constant, and they are not reacting to circumstances in negative way, but instead are adapting to circumstances in positive ways. Ooh. So the evolution of that which they are is unhindered by things that humans often hinder themselves by. You could be adaptive too. You could be adaptive if you could embrace the contrast that surrounds you and reach for that which is at the core of that which you are, and then proceed from that centered place. Did we get there for you? Is there something more specific that you want?
That makes sense.
Esther remembers walking. They had newly planted a few acres in Texas, and Esther was walking with Jerry every day around the property. And each day they would walk past this one segment, Esther would say, "Those guys over there are telling me they want more water." And Jerry would say, "Well, they look like they're doing all right," and talking about lawn and bushes and plants in general. They look like they're doing all right. And there's a sprinkler system that's on a timer, and so it's probably just fine. And so the next day, and the next day, and the next day, I can feel them telling me that they would like more water. And so now Jerry goes to the box on the wall in the garage, and with the walkie-talkies he starts pushing buttons, and that whole zone had not been operating for several days. And the plants were saying what they wanted. Mm-hmm. They weren't complaining. They just waited for someone listening to express themselves. And they do all day, every day. In other words, this is the most wonderful thing about being conscious vibration, is that there's a vibrational language that even Abraham can speak to you. In other words, we're not whispering words into Esther's ear and she's repeating them to you. We're offering our knowledge in the form of vibration. Esther's the interpreter of the vibration and putting it into the words that are meaningful to you, you see. And so there are vibrations of well-being all around you. And that is the predominant message that they are speaking to you, you see. And so the better you feel, the more communication you'll have. And the more communication you'll have, the more they will be the teachers that they were born to be. Because they are here to enhance, to exaggerate, and to teach the art of allowing. You're here more as step oneers and step threeers. But when you realize that they are step three, step three, step three, step three, and they will help you in that. That's why they stand there in all their amazing beauty for you to revel in. Have you looked around this planet? And do you acknowledge the balancing mechanism that the flora and the fauna are meaning for you? That's what they are. They're balancers of energy. You see.
Thank you. This is my
You can
first
be
time.
that for each other as well. Say
I was
again?
going to say thank you. This is my first time here, and I'm taking a lot home with me, so
Yeah.
I'm very appreciative.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Really good. Really good.